Hey guys, pretty nice day here in the north, I tell ya. Day 2 of Beaver Camp construction, April 2nd. Don't know the temperature, I didn't check this morning. It's probably -5, -8 out. A little chillier than yesterday, I think. So, got the door hauled out, ladder, a bunch of other equipment and gear that we're going to need here. Got some tin for the fireplace there, how we're going to do that. So, hopefully my window made it. I don't see no broken glass in my sleigh, so I think it just did. So I'll find out here pretty soon. Again, the old wood pile is pretty low here, so we should have all that wood on the shack by the end of the day here. At the end of the day, there should be no wood left here. We'll just see how it goes. So we'll take our measurement off our door, and we'll finish framing in the side wall here where the door is going in. And then once we get that framed in, it'll tie this wall in. You see, it's not even solid, it's not even square yet, so before we can sheet that in, and we got to get that tied together and solid that up. Then we'll probably start on the back wall there, sheet that in, and then sheet in this side here, and then we'll start with the roof, do the roof rafters up there. Once the roof rafters are all in, once the roof is on, then door, windows, and fire stove. So we'll just see how much work we get done today. You know, it's fairly early, we got a lot of time left, so it's a good thing we didn't try and frame this in yesterday, because I thought it was a 32-inch door, but it's actually a 30-inch door. So, and I was pretty positive. I told Father, I said, well, I'm pretty sure it's a 32-inch door, you know, and I would have actually framed that in. And he's like, well, we better double check. Good thing we did, because we'd have to rip everything apart and start over. So anyways, guys, gonna have a quick cup of coffee here, unload the sleigh, and fucking get to work, man. Beautiful day in the north. So we got it all squared up, doors framed in, so that's exactly where the door is going to go. Looking pretty good, guys. So now what we're going to do here, we're going to lay up our studs, get the studs in place, and we're going to see how we're going to tie the walls and plywood in with the roof here. So, you know, there's a lot of different ways to do this, and I'm sure a lot of carpenters are going to say, why you do it that way? You know, they should have done this and should have done that. Well, this is rough carpentry, man. Rough carpentry. You know, if I had it my way, I would have just used a chainsaw and a hammer and nails. But you know, we're doing it kind of all right. So, anyways, you got to remember, you know, this is just a shack here. Ain't nothing special. You know, it's pretty much the same as you'd make a chicken coop or a barn, I guess, but with windows in it. Okay, guys, talk to you shortly. So what are we gonna end up with overhang?
About 9 inches on the front and the back.
9 inches overhang in the front and the back, okay?
We're going to put a 2x4 in the end, so I'll add another 3 inches, so do about 10.
Okay, that sounds good.
That should be fine.
I got all those 2x6s cut. You want me to pass them up and we'll start marking them, or?
Yeah.
Should have brought 2 ladders.
No, just remember we talked before about putting the studs on the screwing them up from the bottom through here, right? If we go 16s like we were, how can we screw them up from the bottom, right?
Okay.
I mean, so I was kind of thinking, how can we move them even just over a bit? And we can. It's only the 48 inch that's going to matter where the plywood joins, right?
Okay, yeah.
Or if you want to join your plywood, we can put the plywood this way across too. Right? And then we only got to worry about the 8-foot one being on the line. It's just going to be a little bit. It ain't going to make much difference strength-wise. It's where you're going to put because your plywood's all marked where the screws go, right?
Right. Well, the shack's coming along pretty nicely, you know. It's midday, 1:45 actually. Got quite a bit done already. Just gonna have some lunch here. Lunch and coffee. What's for lunch, you say? Well, today we're gonna have a dirty old, grubby old Haggard pizza sub. Throw that on the fire and heat that up. I actually bartered some fur for a few cases, $400 worth of them dirty old subs, and you know, I'm too lazy to cook and I got no time to cook, so I'll eat those for a while. Anyways, it was a good trade. So anyways, the old pile of lumber's getting smaller, guys. The old shack's starting to look like a shack now. Got all the rafters up on the roof now. Got to throw some 2x4s on the end rafters, and then fuck, it's time to start sheeting her in, huh? So it's starting to look pretty good. Starting to look like a shock, I'd say. Going along pretty nicely. So, like now it's going to go quick. Sheet this in, sheet the back wall in, sheet in the front wall, and then sheet in the roof. And then it'll be time, I'll probably do the fireplace before I do the windows just to get some heat in here. I don't know, we'll just see what happens, you know, just kind of playing it by ear here, but you know, have a nice shock here pretty soon, man. It's coming along pretty nicely. So, good. Been thinking about this for a long time, like I said, and it's gonna happen today. So by the end of the day, probably be done everything, huh? So fucking here, everything might have a bit more work to do tomorrow. I got my door, I gotta put the doorknob on there, and a little bit of pissing around, and my windows here. These are just glass windows, gonna have to build some frames for them. That's pretty simple. I got 4 windows, a big one here, and another smaller one. That one's already in the frame, and I got this little tiny one here. This is actually a pretty good window, that one there. That's the only one out of the 4 that opened. So I got a 3-piece bed frame. That'll be my bed. That'll go in there, and I'll put my airtight stove in the shack for now. And then next winter, I'll haul out a nice stove, you know, a decent one. Oh yeah, look at that. It ain't moose meat, but it'll have to do. Quick and easy, huh? In a few weeks I'll be so damn sick of eating these, I'll never want to eat another one again in my life. We got most of the walls sheeted in now. Got a little bit left here to do on the door, and then we're going to start on the roof. You see how we did our overhang on the end piece. We left, we have a 2x4 overhanging. We'll leave both of those on each end in case we want to build a little porch off it eventually or something. That little piece there, that's just a little brace, support brace, I guess. So, turned out pretty good. Yeah, that is there. Got the back wall sheeted in. She's cut. Got to put a bunch of screws in it later on, but we're going to tack in the roof here in place, finish that wall, and then we'll just screw the piss right out of it. Fucking rates, man. Then we'll do the door, or the wood stove will probably be next once we get the roof in. It's good, man. It's coming along nicely. It's got a lot of work to do here today yet, but like I said, gotta get back at her, man. Next.
Take 29.
29, is that what it is?
No.
One last sheet here to go on the roof, and the roof will be done. And then we have a little bit left to do on the one wall, and this door, windows, stove, and fucking Beaver camp will be done. We're hoping to get her done today, but we'll just see. We still got lots of daylight left. Fucking A, man. Fucking A. One more sheet here left on the roof, like I say. Get this one here done, and be done on the roof. Just a little bit left to do. I know she's looking pretty dark in there, man. She's starting to look like a shock now. Come on. Oh, better get to work. Roof's done. Don't have to worry about that later. I'll have to go up and throw a bunch more screws in it. Got the doorway. Got to cut a few more little strips just around the door. Put the door in. What we're gonna do here now, we're gonna install a big window on the front, because we need some, like, it's so fucking dark in there, we can't work in there now, it's so fucking dark, huh? It's only gonna get darker, so we'll put that big window in there and it'll lighten us up quite a bit inside. And then we'll cut some strips and strip up around the door here, finish this wall off, and put the door in, and hopefully get the fireplace in tonight as well, get some heat in here. And then tomorrow we just got a couple windows left to do, so it's looking pretty good, you know. She's pretty she's tight in here, you know. Fuck, a guy could live in here now, so it's good, you know. There's not too many cracks. We did kind of make a couple little mistakes here on the back wall here. we didn't count in for our studs there. You can see a crack in there. So what I'm gonna have to do here, I'm gonna have to grab 2 more 2x4s. Hopefully we have 2 left, but I don't think we'll have anything left. And I gotta fix that. No, I can't have that in there. That's not too good. So of course it's not all screwed down yet. Still got to go around the whole shack on the outside and screw all the plywood and every single stud, and also on the roof. I did most of the roof, but gonna have to do some more. So she's starting to look like home, guys. Fucking right. Okay, tea time and then right back to work. There now. Okay, that's going to be our cut for the window. Now we'll measure off there to fit our big window in. So there's our biggest window there, and it doesn't have a frame in it, of course, but that's alright, we're going to build our own. Now you see here, this is where I run my chainsaw through. You can see with my chainsaw line on it, and I just marked it out with my, Dad held it up and I marked her out with my pencil, you could see. So now all I'm going to do here, I'm just going to cut this from the inside out. I'll cut all along my markings, and then we'll build a frame for this TheWildNorth style. So there's a hole I cut with my chainsaw there. So we're just going to build a frame around it now, and then enough to fit that piece of glass in there. So I'll show you guys how this is going to go. A lot of light in here now, so it's sure brighten it up. Pretty big window, but you know, lots of windows are always good. So that's where the one front window is going to be. So you see how we did this here? Well, we built our frame all the way around the window, ripped the 2x4 on the outside, so the window just slides in, just like so. And this piece here, that's just going to snug up all the way around. So of course it'll go all the way around the window. So you see that's our window frame, cheap man's window frame. So we'll put these 4 in, screw those down, and this window's done, and that's how we'll do the other 3 windows. Once this is done, we're gonna get some heat going in here, get the wood stove set up, and then we're gonna tackle the door in the last little bit. We've got some light in here, so that's good. Moving along nicely, guys. Hey guys, it was a damn good day today. Got quite a bit done. The old shack's looking pretty good. Got a couple sheets of plywood left over. 1 2x4. So that's not too bad, I'm pretty happy. So she's looking pretty good here. Got the door, I'm going to do a little bit of work around the door jamb there tomorrow. Got her window framed in here nicely. So, oh yeah, she's solid as fuck in there, man. Fucking A. So tomorrow, when we come back tomorrow, we got 3 windows to do. You see, we gotta put some fucking more framing around, a little bit of trim around the inside of the door here. So we got 3 more windows to do. Like I said, 1 for each wall. 1 little tiny one there that will close. Put it over here somewhere. But the wood stove fucking set in there. The tin that I grabbed was no good. It's too thick. I can't even cut it. So I got some other shit at the cabin tomorrow. But all in all, man, she was a good day. So pretty much got a little shack now. A little bit more work to do in here, and me and my father, we worked our asses off the last 2 days to get this done, huh? Like fuck, I don't know what time it is right now. It's 7 o'clock right now, and fuck. But you know, sure the fuck paid off. I'm pretty happy that we got Beaver camp shack all pretty much done. A little bit more pissing around tomorrow. About a half a day's work tomorrow, guys. Gonna have one hell of a damn nice shack when we're done. So, anyways, guys, cruise back to the cabin. Go check on Charlie Dog, and we'll talk to you guys another day.